Let's get right into it. Number 10. Crocs. Imagine spending $850 on a pair of foam clogs that look like they were designed by a 5-year-old with a crayon. That's exactly what people did when Balenciaga released their platform Crocs. Crocs were never meant to be fashion statements. They were originally designed as boat shoes because they were non-slip and waterproof. When they first came out in 2002, people treated them like a joke. Fashion critics called them plastic hobo shoes and foam crimes against humanity. Tim Gunn from Project Runway said they looked like plastic hooves. These ugly ducklings turned into a billion-dollar swan. Now they're collaborating with luxury brands and celebrities. Justin Bieber has his own line of Crocs. Post Malone designed Crocs that sold out in 10 minutes. They even made Crocs with built-in fanny packs. Because apparently, we didn't learn anything from the 1990s. In 2021, they made $2.3 billion in revenue. That's more than the GDP of 25 different nations. Number 9. Unboxing videos. Imagine it's 2006 and you tell someone, "Hey, I'm gonna film myself opening a box and put it on the internet." They'd probably look at you like you just said you're planning to teach calculus to your goldfish. But here we are, watching people open everything from toys to tech gadgets to those weird mystery boxes from Japan. The whole thing started as a joke when some tech nerds filmed themselves unboxing their new gadgets. It was basically just to flex on other nerds. Like, "Look what I got before you." People actually liked watching these videos. It turns out watching someone else open packages hits the same part of your brain as opening presents on Christmas morning. You get all the excitement of unwrapping something new without spending any money. It's like window shopping, but in your pajamas, eating cereal at 3 a.m. Some of these unboxing channels make millions. There are literally people who make more money opening boxes than most surgeons make opening people. Take Ryan's World, for example. This kid started by opening toys on camera when he was 3 years old. Now he's worth about $100 million. This kid made more money opening toys than most people make in their entire lifetime. The whole thing has gotten so big that companies now design their packaging specifically for unboxing videos. Apple even has a team dedicated to making their product boxes open in the most satisfying way possible. What started as, "Look at this weirdo filming themselves opening a box," turned into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Number 8. Ugly Christmas sweaters. Picture this. It's Christmas 1985, and your aunt just handed you the most horrifying piece of clothing ever created. It's a sweater with a 3D reindeer nose that actually lights up. And there's tinsel and bells, and the reindeer looks like it's having an existential crisis. Back then, this was a genuine gift that someone spent actual money on, thinking, yes, this is fashion. But something weird happened in the early 2000s. People started wearing these monstrosities ironically at parties. It's like we collectively decided, hey, you know what would be funny? If we all dressed like our aunt's worst fashion decisions. And just like that, the ugly Christmas sweater party was born. Companies noticed this trend and thought, wait a minute, people are choosing to look terrible? We can work with this. Suddenly, sweaters weren't just accidentally ugly anymore. They were professionally ugly. We're talking sweaters with built-in drink holders, LED light shows, and speakers that play jingle bells until the batteries die or someone begs for mercy. The industry is now worth over $100 million. Think about that. We're spending millions of dollars to look intentionally worse than we did when we got these things for free from relatives, and the designs keep getting more ridiculous. You can now buy sweaters with Nicolas Cage's face surrounded by Christmas puddings, or one that makes it look like a velociraptor is eating your torso while wearing a Santa hat. It's like an arms race of awful, and we're all willing participants. Number 7. Professional video gaming. Pro gamers are making more money than doctors these days. Back in the 90s, if you said you wanted to be a professional video game player, they'd have laughed you out of the room. Parents would yell, "You can't make money playing video games," while unplugging the Nintendo. Now those same parents are watching their kids sign million-dollar contracts to play Fortnite. The first pro gaming events were basically just a bunch of guys in a basement competing for a pizza and bragging rights. Now it's stadium events with massive prize pools. In 2019, a 16-year-old kid won $3 million in a Fortnite tournament. While most teenagers were working minimum wage at McDonald's, this kid made enough money to retire before he could legally vote. Pro gamers now have training facilities, coaches, nutritionists, and even sports psychologists. They train 12 to 14 hours a day, doing the same thing over and over until their wrists feel like they're going to fall off. Some of these players have to retire by 25 because their bodies can't take it anymore. They peak in their career before they're old enough to rent a car. Universities are now offering gaming scholarships. You can now tell your parents, "I'm not wasting time. I'm practicing for my college scholarship. Number 6. Movember. It's 2003, and a bunch of guys are sitting in a pub in Melbourne, Australia. They're probably a few beers in when someone says they should all grow mustaches. These guys were literally just trying to bring the mustache back as a joke. They convinced 30 of their friends to join in on this weird facial hair experiment. No rules, no fundraising, just a bunch of dudes looking progressively more like their dads from the 70s. But then the joke took an unexpected turn. One of the guys noticed how many people were asking about their mustaches. They thought if people were going to stare at their faces anyway, they could use this for something good. The next year, they decided to turn their joke into a charity thing. They picked men's health as their cause because, well, they were a bunch of guys with questionable facial hair. This silly pub joke has now raised over $1.2 billion for men's health research. $1 billion from people basically cosplaying as 70s cop show extras. It's now so normal that even CEOs and politicians do it. Imagine telling those guys back in 2003 that their drunk idea would lead to thousands of men getting better health care. Number 5. The Selfie Stick. It's 1983, and this Japanese guy named Hiroshi Ueda is trying to take photos of himself and his wife on vacation. He keeps asking strangers to take their picture, but they either mess it up or straight up steal his camera. Hiroshi invents what he calls the extender stick, but nobody took it seriously. His own company, Minolta, thought it was a joke product. In 2002, a Canadian inventor named Wayne Fromm creates pretty much the same thing. He calls it the Quick Pod and tries to sell it. Everyone makes fun of it, calling it the narcissistic. Tourism boards start banning it, museums hate it, and it becomes the universal symbol of the annoying tourist. Around 2014, people suddenly stop making fun of it and start buying it instead. It's like the whole world collectively decided that looking like a tool was worth it for a good Instagram photo. By 2015, over 1 million selfie sticks were sold. The best part is in 2014, Time magazine named the selfie stick one of the best inventions of the year. Number 4. Influencers. Imagine telling someone in 2005 that you want to make millions by filming yourself eating noodles. They'd probably laugh and tell you to get a real job. But here we are, living in a world where people make more money posting gym selfies than actual gym trainers make. Back in the early 2000s, the idea of someone getting famous for posting pictures of their breakfast was literally a joke about how shallow celebrity culture had become. People would mock Paris Hilton saying stuff like, "What's next? Getting famous just for posting photos online?" Well, those jokes didn't age well. Now we've got people making 6 figures by telling their followers which toothpaste they use. It's gotten so normal that kids nowadays don't want to be astronauts or doctors anymore. Ask a 10-year-old what they want to be when they grow up, and there's a good chance they'll say YouTuber or Instagram influencer. And you can't even blame them. Why spend 8 years in medical school when you could make more money by dancing in front of your phone? The craziest part is the whole industry started as people basically making fun of themselves. Early YouTubers and Instagram users were often joking about how ridiculous it was to share every detail of their lives. Now those same people are buying houses with their ridiculous content, and the joke keeps getting bigger. We've got virtual influencers now. Completely fake computer-generated people with millions of followers. So we've gone from laughing at people sharing their lives online to following artificial people who don't even have lives to share. Number 3. Talking to Alexa. Remember when yelling at inanimate objects meant you were losing it? Now it's just Tuesday morning in most homes. Back in 2010, if you walked into someone's house and saw them shouting, "Hey house, turn on the lights," you'd probably start looking up mental health hotlines for them. But now we're all basically living in homes with an invisible butler that we constantly boss around. We all collectively decided that talking to a glowing hockey puck is completely normal. We're basically bugging our own homes voluntarily. We're paying money to put little listening devices all over our house. It's like hiring a spy to watch you. Except this spy also reminds you to buy milk and tells you dad jokes. To someone from the 1990s, this would sound insane. I have this cylinder in my kitchen that's always listening, and sometimes it randomly starts playing music or tells me the weather. That's some serious sci-fi horror movie stuff. But now we get mad when our all-hearing robot friend doesn't understand what we're saying. "Alexa," I said, "turn on the lights, not tell me about flights." We're literally having arguments with a piece of plastic. We've gone from, "I would never put a listening device in my home," to "Alexa, order me more listening devices." Number 2. Deep-fried everything. It's 1980s America, and some guy at a state fair looks at a Twinkie and thinks, "You know what would make this better? Dunking it in hot oil." That's how our deep-fried obsession started. It began as a joke, like someone daring their friend to eat something weird at 3 a.m. But people actually liked it. It's like when you make a joke in class and suddenly the teacher makes it part of the curriculum. The deep-fried Twinkie was just the beginning. Soon, state fair vendors started playing a game of what else can we deep fry. It became like a culinary version of Truth or Dare. Someone would say, "I bet you can't deep fry butter." And someone else would say, "Hold my beer." And they did it. They actually deep fried butter. They took something that's already used for frying and fried it. These food-mad scientists started deep frying everything they could get their hands on. Ice cream, bubblegum, Coca-Cola. They figured out how to deep fry a liquid. The craziest part is some guy in Scotland actually managed to deep fry water. They deep fried something that's supposed to put out fires. What started as a carnival gimmick turned into this weird cultural phenomenon. Now, we've got restaurants dedicated to deep frying random objects. It's become so normal that people barely bat an eye when they hear about deep-fried Oreos or deep-fried mac and cheese. We went from, "That's ridiculous," to "Pass me the deep-fried pickles real quick." The whole thing has gotten so out of hand that there are now competitions for who can deep-fry the most bizarre things. It's basically become the X Games of cooking. And the best part is we're still not done. Every year, someone comes up with something new to throw in the fryer. It's like watching evolution happen in real time. Except instead of developing wings, everything's just getting crunchier. Number 1. Dogecoin. It's 2013, and two software engineers are scrolling through memes, probably avoiding actual work. They see this goofy Shiba Inu dog with terrible grammar, saying things like much wow and very currency. So they made it into actual money as a joke. That's literally how Dogecoin started, as a joke making fun of Bitcoin and crypto speculation. The creators, Billy Marcus and Jackson Palmer, didn't even take it seriously. They made the coin in about 3 hours, which in the programming world is like making a sandwich. People actually started buying it, not just a few people either. We're talking millions of dollars worth. The joke got so out of hand that by 2021, Dogecoin was worth more than companies like Ford and Kraft. Imagine telling your boss you're quitting because your dog meme investments made you rich. Some people actually did that. The craziest part is the creators sold all their coins early on. Billy Marcus sold his entire stash for enough money to buy a used Honda Civic. Those same coins would have been worth about $2 billion at Dogecoin's peak. He could have bought about 67,000 Honda Civics. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.